Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies. I came across this video of mine for you and I thought to share where this Marcus supporter actually confessed to the fact that they knew exactly what Orange Man was supposed to do, but they never care about it. Like they just want him to be dead desperately. And I was able to put up some stitches because this actually got a lot of people reacting to the fact that, oh, you people exactly know what he's going to do, but you just go ahead because you don't care about it. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So lovelies, why not just leave me your own thought of what you think, and let's dive into it.
So I definitely voted for Trump, and I just wanted to throw a key point, and it doesn't even have anything to do with the prove me wrong, Trump is terrible for America. But the point is, the people that voted for Trump is because we wanted everything to happen that's happening to happen. Like, we didn't vote for Trump and be like, oh, Trump's not going to break any laws. Like, everybody that voted, we knew that he wasn't going to follow the Constitution. Yeah. We didn't care. Yeah, I have a feeling so that's the point. We want to change so bad that we didn't give a crap what the cost was.
Yeah, I have a feeling that you're going to leave before I could rebuttal your view, right?
Oh, no, you can.
You're going to stay up here for a conversation?
Yeah, sure.
Why do you do that to yourself?
I know. I don't know.
Why, like, no, seriously, why would you do that to yourself? Like, you're literally telling me that, oh, yeah, you want a constitutional crisis, you want something that stands in opposition to what American values have been since the conception of our country, you want a criminal, you want a violent offender. So then how about you stop fucking virtue signaling about caring about those things as would apply to individuals outside of Trump? Because it is y'all that have been saying, screaming at the top of your lungs, back the blue, support law and order, but then you say that you want the criminal, you want the felon, you want the person that's going to pardon violent January 6 rioters that drove stun guns into the necks of cops on January 6. I understand that you're on this live saying that those are things that you wanted, so then stop fucking acting like you don't want them as it would apply to migrants. Stop acting like you don't want them as it would apply to women. Stop acting like you don't want them as it would apply to literally any fucking demographic outside of really rich and really orange old white guys.
Oh no, I actually agree with you. That's the problem. Like, it's contradictory. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that the Democrats are wrong, or I'm not saying that your point of view is wrong at all whatsoever. I'm just saying that we knew what we voted for. So, like, even for you to sit there and argue with half the people that voted for Trump, it's pointless because they know what they voted for too, and they don't care.
They wanted change so badly that they voted for a man that they knew would put this country into a constitutional crisis. What was the change they wanted? They wanted to put black people back in their places. They wanted black people to be subservient to them. They don't want to see black people heading corporations. They don't want to see black people sitting in CEO positions. They don't want to see black people in upper management positions. They don't even want to see black people in middle management positions. They want to see black people back in the fields. They want to see black people in positions of service to them, their mechanics, their cooks, their maids, their waiters, their waitresses. That's what they want to see black people as. They don't want black people educated. They want black people to be subservient to them. They want black people to be second-class citizens. They want to be able to use the N-word. They want to be able to dog out and mistreat black people so that they can feel good about themselves. They want Latino people expelled from this country. They want Muslims and other Arab individuals expelled from this country. They want to be the top dog, and they don't care how many people they hurt around the world in order to get it. They want to be in control. They want to control other people's lives, and that's on period. They voted for Donald Trump because they knew Donald Trump was their best bet in getting that. Donald Trump hates the same people that they hate. They didn't care if they lost their jobs. They didn't care if they lost their retirement funds. They don't care if they lose the little bit of health care that they have. They don't care if they lose the family farm. They don't care. As long as black people is underneath their thumbs, they're happy. and they will use whatever culture war that they have to use in order to get it. If black people are saying Black Lives Matter, they're going to come out and say all lives matter. If black people are celebrating DEI and Black History Month, they're going to say, what about all people? They're going to say, what about White History Month? What about this? What about that? They will use whatever culture war they can in order to get others to be underneath their thumb. LGBTQ people, I want them underneath my thumb. I don't want them out there being happy and living life and being free. CRT, get it out of here. DEI, get it out of here. Affirmative action, get it out of here. Why? Because they view those as tools used by black people in order to advance well beyond that they have been able to advance. They are hateful, they are racist, they are hypocritical, and they know it. They will disagree with one thing 1 minute and then agree with it the next, and vice versa. Whichever way that culture war pendulum swings, that's the way they will swing. They stand firm in nothing. The only thing they stand firm in is Donald Trump, and Donald Trump causing pain to as much people who are not like them as possible. I don't talk to MAGA nuts. I talk about MAGA nuts. I refuse to waste my breath and my time to try to talk to try to reason with someone who is acting in bad faith, someone who is being willfully obtuse, these people are not worth your time. And that's on period.
He's actually doing the things that he promised that he would do. And Mr. President, it's been an honor to be a part of it for the past 100 days.
Mr. President, the last 4 years, the world experienced a total lack of zero leadership under Biden. And then we had 100 days of your leadership with respect, with strength.
President, your first 100 days has far exceeded that of any other presidency in this country, ever. Ever. Never seen anything like it. Thank you.
President Trump, in your first term when I had a chance to work you as governor, you were courageous. The thing that's empowering this amazing group of people around this table, and you've probably assembled the greatest cabinet ever, is that this time you're not just courageous, you're actually fearless.
Hey, MAGA, serious question here. Are you okay with all of this ass kissery? I mean, if this were your own boss at your workplace forcing you to kiss his ass publicly, wouldn't you be then humiliated? Or is that what you all commonly do with your own bosses at work? Is this your type of DEI? I mean, can you imagine all of this ass kissery was directed at President Obama during one of his cabinet meetings? What the fuck would you have said then, huh? You are truly in a fucking cult. Stay woke, mi gente. Dale.
Trump's admission to ABC News that voters in fact knew what he was going to do because he campaigned this, and this is a direct quote, well, they did sign up for it actually, and this is what I campaigned for. His admission of that brings forth one truth, and one truth only, that I need to make sure that by the end of this video, it is embedded into your mind, okay? And the truth is, the racism never went over the heads of the people who voted for the current administration. They knew what they were voting for. They just did not believe that it would affect them. I need that to be so clear to you guys. I need that to be made so clear to you. It never went over their head. They knew. They knew the impacts. They knew the effects. They just believed that it was not going to affect them. Okay? With Donald Trump saying that they actually voted for this, he's basically saying there is no shock in the information and in the stance that I am standing on today when it was made aware to you. And I campaigned on these promises, on these initiatives for months. It was made aware to you. You fully knew exactly what you were voting for. So So when you see those little think pieces of them saying, we didn't know it was going to get this way, they knew. They didn't know that they were going to be affected too. That's the part that they're hiding from you. They didn't know that they were going to get affected too, okay? They will lie in our faces to stay in our good graces. Please remember that. And furthermore, this is why I know for a fact they knew what they were voting for. Remember Donald Trump's first term? Do you remember how free they felt to be racist again? That little taste of freedom of not having to hide anymore? Because technically they've been in hiding since the success of the civil rights movement. So when Donald Trump came into office, they were free. They were able to be out. We started seeing Confederate flags everywhere on the bumpers of cars. We started hearing them be more vocal about their disdain for us. They were more out. They didn't have to hide anymore. Hell, they felt so much empowered that when their leader was being taken out and replaced by Joe Biden, they stormed the Capitol. They want that back. They want that back. For these last 4 years when Biden was in office, they had to go back into hiding. They knew what they were voting for. They just believed that you and I were going to be the only people to deal with the consequences, the negative consequences behind the actions of this administration. See, where they effed around and found out is that this time around, for this term, Donald Trump is not looking out for who has the same skin complexion as him. He's looking out for those who have the same bank account status or more or greater than he. Those are the people that he's looking out for right now, not the little common folk. So when the little common folk realized that DEI actually benefited them, it benefited white women and gay men and people that need inclusion, people that are on disability, when they realized that it affected them, they started to be like, oh. When farmers realized that the funding that they were getting was going to be taken away, and then they realized they wouldn't be able to sustain their business, they said, oh. When the working class, the white working class, realized that there isn't really a working class, they said, oh. They realized, oh my God, we're a part of the same group that's about to be fucking fucked over. We're a part of that group. And so they started copping pleas. And in which they tried to gaslight you and I into thinking that they truly did not know what they were doing. They fully knew what they were doing, because even the president is coming out today or yesterday and saying they knew because I told them, and they knew because I campaigned it. They knew when they came to my rallies. They knew. I don't know why they want to act like they're surprised. They knew. The reason why they're trying to act like they're surprised is because now that they see that Donald Trump is not for them, they need to be good with us. Now that they've realized that Donald Trump is not looking out for them unless they're a millionaire or a billionaire, they need to fit in right with us again. They need to get back into our good graces. Hence why we started seeing all of these videos of having voters remorse. They didn't have voters remorse when they believed 100% that these actions, which they knew was going to affect the group, of the lives of a group of people, they didn't give a damn about that. They didn't care until they realized that they were in that group. Once they realized they were in that group, now it's, we need to stand together. We need to band together. Where was that energy when we were asking for your help for people? You see, that's the problem. You shouldn't always want help when it's you who's in need. You should also want to give help when you have it to give. That's the fucking problem with y'all. So now that they realize they're not a part of that group that Donald Trump was campaigning for, they need to get back into our good graces. But they fucked themselves over by showing us that they've always wanted to be outwardly racist again. They fucked themselves over. So now they're using their white women tears. You feel me? Their little sad faces. They're using the little sad faces, right? To try to reel us back in. Because one thing that they know to play on when it comes to black people is our empathy. They know to play on our heart. They know how to use our hearts. I'm telling you, they know. They know. And it's because they don't have any. They know if we cry, if we show that we felt bad, we're so sorry, we didn't know. No, now it's time for you to lay in the bed that you made. It's time for you to lay in the bed that you made. And it's not comfortable. So no more comments about, oh, they didn't know, they didn't see that it was all right in front of their faces, the racism, and it went over their heads. It never went over their heads. They fully were aware. They knew. They just believed they would never be affected. That's it. That's all. They knew. And now Donald Trump is letting everybody else know. If you voted for me, you knew what the fuck I was going to do because I told you. That's what he's showing you. So there's no more excuses for them. If you see them making them videos trying to gaslight us into believing or trying to accept them back, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. They thought that the grass was greener on the other side, and then they realized that the grass was never for them. They're never allowed to step foot on that shit. And now they're trying to come over to us. Stay on that side, baby. Stay on that side. Stay over there. So again, like I'm saying, please let go of all of those. They didn't know. They didn't know. They fully knew. They fully knew. And now that you know, and Donald Trump is letting everybody else know that they fully knew, we handle them accordingly. That's all.
Seriously, lovelies, do you see the reason why the people that look like me often say that they don't feel any form of compassion? With most of these banker supporters that come up to the social platform to cry and yell about how the economy is crushing them or is squeezing their nose and their eyes. You see the reason why? You see the reason why people, especially the ones that look at me, does not really care, they're minding their business, they're focusing more on themselves. They are trying to build themselves, trying to create things for themselves, because these people know exactly what they are doing. Like, this is the second person I am hearing something like this from. I actually thought it was a joke because I have seen so many stitches and FA and FO, and in the comment section when I read, so many people actually indicate that, oh, exactly, people know that this was going to happen, but they never cared anyway. But actually coming out in this full force, that means these people know exactly what they are doing. Like, how can you not care about your self-interest? You don't want to care. Even if you don't care about you, what about your offspring? You don't care about how the economy is treating anyone. All you care about is for him to just get in there. So these guys would prefer someone like that to just be there than somebody who might actually give them and their generation or their offspring of a deserving life, you know? I posted a video 2 days ago. It was a statement by Orange Man talking about how the people that voted him in know exactly what he was going to do. So there is no cause for alarm. Anybody that is not able to afford things can just go ahead to get things that he can afford. Instead of buying 2 toys for kids, kids should learn how to use 1 toy. Oh my God. I thought it was a joke. I thought Orange Man was just spewing it there. He was just trying to be Orange Man. But listening to this podcast actually confirmed what I have been trying to, get myself across on. So, these people know that something that is happening, the way at which things are going right now, that Orange Man was not even going to do anything, that he was just, he might even do things that is happening right now. But they decided that, okay, even if he was not going to better anything, or he was going to, make the economy worse, they don't care about that. So what is it with some of these migrant supporters, especially the farmers, the veterans, and all of that, coming on social platforms, spewing their regret, crying and asking for help, while you purposely voted for him, even if you knew deep inside of you that you are probably not doing something right, but you still do not care. Like, I hope these guys know exactly what they are doing, because this is just not normal. How can I personally know that if this person should have an opportunity, the opportunity that this person has will not favor me if I vote this person in? Then I'll just go ahead and still vote this person in, knowing fully well inside of me that I was not going to get any benefit. I'm just wanting him to be there. For what reason? Does this have anything to do with recencies and supremacy just for them to maintain a particular, like before the election, that's during the campaign, there is this podcast. I think I posted the video like last year, right? So this woman who happens to be a pan-colored woman was like, why do you want Orange Man to win the election? Her excuses actually brought me, like this video right now brought me back to the excuses that this pan-colored woman gave during that podcast. She said that she would rather vote for Orange Man than to see someone of color to be a president. That voting in someone of color might give opportunity to minorities to come to the front than keeping black, pan-colored people or black or white men at the back of the seat. And the podcaster asked her, like, so this has everything to do with white. She was like, yeah, that the country is built for, white people to rule and to, like, it doesn't really matter if this person has any positive or negative impact. All she should care about is a pan-color person being the president. She does not even care about the outcome. And that really shook me. So you don't care about the outcome or anything you stand to gain. All you just care about is for you to maintain a supremacy. But the thing is that with all of the things that's going on, it is really affecting them. Like the grocery prices that is going on right now, that is at the rocket speed right now, is not only going up for colored people, right? It's also going up to pan colored. You go, like it's also affecting everyone. This is one thing these people do not understand. If you feel that you want to maintain a particular stereotype or a particular race supremacy or whatsoever, oh my God, you are indirectly and directly also affecting yourself. Because if you go to this shopping mall and this terrorist is not only indicated to affect colored people, it's not only indicated to affect black people, it is also going to affect you. And majority of people that comes on the social platform to rant are actually white people. Like, what is it? Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload. Comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.